She has taken some good catches.
And really four. That's a mile. They've done it. These young girls are really showing. 48 for 8, huh? That was perhaps the easiest of them all, but you know, these high ones, you've dropped one, haven't I? I've done it. Good God, you haven't ever. Ah, come on, Dennis, you've dropped one in the deep, everybody has.
But you know me, I'm always behind the
I
stumps.
know. In fact, I used to move myself up behind the stumps as often as I could.
Colin, let me just say we had...
Yeah, this is the 9th person coming out, no, the 10th batter, so it's 48 for 8. And it's in the middle of the 18th over.
We are live now, right from the Lugogo Cricket Oval. Good morning, everyone. Whoever is watching us around the world. Technical glitch could not allow us to start right on time. And the first inning is about to end. The Blizzards are 48 for 8 in 17.1 overs. But what you missed are some of the best catches we've seen in this tournament today from the Hurricanes, led by the captain Immaculate Nakisui, to dismiss the dangerous Janet Mbabazi. And Christina Naya has taken some 2 good catches in the field. So the fielding this morning from the Hurricanes has been absolutely fantastic. Yeah. You should know, by the way, there are only 10 on the field. They're missing one of their girls who's feeling unwell. Claire Mkashamba is not on. But the numbers have not told any lie. The girls, the Hurricanes, are still the stronger team, and they've done very well. Strange and interesting, but Colin and I were discussing off air how well Immaculate has captained this team. And Colin, what do you reckon? Do you think she should be in charge of the Lady Cricket Cranes as well?
It's a very good point that is being made by Dennis. From what we have seen today, the combination of the Blizzards, which is the national captain, Rachel Owino, not Rachel, Kevin Owino and Janet Babazi, is being pure, not even being functional compared to Imi and Rachel and Tono.
Brenda Navisalu batting with, she finally gets a single, Brenda, and she gets some loud cheer from her. She gets a loud cheer from her teammates. She's been terrible. Sarah Walaza, her partner. I think she has had a run of 3 zeros. Yeah. So today she finally, it's also 50 up. Yeah. Do you think 50? Yesterday the Hurricanes chased the 50 quite comfortably. Do you think they will be able to do the same today?
If they play anything like yesterday, they will do it with comfort. In fact, the batting today, Blizzard's batting, has been quite good, but it's been superb fielding and some very good place settings and some very good catching. And they've not been running the singles as they might have done earlier on. But they're making a good rearguard effort, getting beyond 50. At one point, they probably didn't think they would do it.
Brilliant stuff from the Hurricanes. Just 2 more overs left in this game. The result today doesn't matter that much because with the 3 wins that the Hurricanes picked up, they are definitely the champions of the inaugural edition of the Ladies Elite League. Colin, have you really been impressed by the Hurricanes?
Yes, the result does not matter. But we're not just playing for the result. We're playing looking ahead to 20 months' time, perhaps the Commonwealth Games. There's a slot there for outsiders like ourselves, and we could go into that. Consi coming into bowl again. She's only bowled 2 overs, and she's bowled another wide. We've had a problem during this competition of well-established bowlers bowling wide, particularly Consi Aweko and Janet Babazi. I think maybe it's a lack of concentration.
That's amazing. A big year coming up ahead for the ladies. The ICC yesterday released the pathway to the T20 World Cup. Shockingly, I'm on a Kenyan chat group where, if you notice from that pathway, Colin, that Kenya will be missing out on that Kenya is missing out on that qualification. They won't be part of the tournament.
They're disorganized.
So I'm surprised. But there will be newcomers, Botswana, Malawi, and Cameroon, which is very, very good for the ladies' game.
Are we in?
Yes, Uganda is in. I think since the World Cup in 2017 in England, when England won,
Kenyan market has collapsed. All they can do is go to court with each other. Seriously. They've gone from 0 to 0. There's nothing. We can crow and laugh, but it's really sad. What is the score so now? 51.
51 for 8,
51 for 8.
the Blizzards. Konsi Aweko.
She hits it behind. He stops it because she's there. Yeah, some of these elder statesmen cricketers need to lose a little bit of weight as well. But Konsi's bulk actually helped her then. She stopped the ball, it came back. This time, batter misses. This is Brenda doing her very best as a number 10. I think there's just one to come. Konsi caught a very good catch yesterday afternoon, but now, no, she's in. She's in. She got back, but they've got to look for every single run they can get. That was I think basic understandings of the game. If you're batting down the end, you've really got to go for every single run you can get because these things count in T20. There was only 7 runs between them yesterday morning, and that's the closest so far the Blizzards have got. Well, Brenda, good intent. She had a swish at it and missed. Now we've just got the 1 over to go, and the score, if Dennis will help me, I can't see it, it's 51.
The score is 51 for 8.
51 for 8
from 19 overs. We can't forget the guys who made this game, who made it possible.
It is the younger girls who are really made this game. This is from the bowling side of it. And now it's Jimmy.
Guys who have made it possible. Lato Milk, Pepsi.
Mayo, this Teddy girl. Madam Aika opened very well. Even Anupo bowled quite well. She didn't get a wicket.
Had a chat with the coach of the Hurricanes, and his only worry was the fitness levels of the girls. Clearly, they've taken a lot of time without playing, and probably there was
Look quite fit.
they didn't have some kind of program that would help them to stay fit.
Very big shot.
But a big year for the ladies, Colin, like I was mentioning, and I think they need to start preparations as soon as yesterday. The men have been training under Coach Lawrence Mahatlani for the last 1 month, so it's important that the girls also start hitting the ground running. The big tournament is in November in Botswana. You need to go there when you're sure of who you can beat and what you need to do to get yourselves into the global qualifier. We've been to the global qualifier once in 2018 in Netherlands, finished 5th out of 8 countries. But the surprising thing from that tournament is that we beat Thailand in that tournament. 2 years later, Thailand made the T20 World Cup. So clearly, there's a lot of... Sarah Walaza picks up cow corner beautifully, takes on her senior partner, Imi. I don't think Imi is impressed with that.
No, she hasn't been.
Maybe her field placings are not...
Her field placing has been perfect up till now.
Konsi is in deep square leg. I have thought she should be at around cow corner.
Does it say
57 for 8.
50?
57 for 8.
This will be the very much what their score actually yesterday was 57 for 8 when they finished. Hey, comes again.
Another swing, but this time
They're running
Evelyn
full
Anyipo
down.
is there to do the cleanup. Ooh,
9.
nearly
That makes them get 60. That's
got a direct hit from down at mid-on, at long on.
Well backed up by this girl.
Evelyn, true to her bowling style as a fast bowler, she has a very good arm.
But that was very good backing up.
Yeah,
She moved, she knew what to do.
the cricket basics for our girls are proper, and I think it's down to coaches like Ivan Kakande, Yusuf Nanga, Habib Mugara, who spend a lot of time with him, teaching him the right basics of the game. I think for me, what has been missing in this tournament has been the batting skill, which the bowler prevails. Imi has the final word as she's able to pick up the wicket of Sarah Walaza.
A nice little contest there between Walaza and they call, is it all done? It must be the overs. Are they finished the overs? It's 61 for 9, isn't it?
Yeah, 60 for 9. But I like the fact that they've been able to bat out there. Most of our people missed the first inning. Colin, you've been here since the first ball. What do you think? Can you give a summary of the inning?
I think this morning has shown better cricket than we've seen up to now. A spirited performance by Blizzards. They've looked so disorganised up to this point that one really feared they might do another 39-40 all out. But they pushed it along. They changed the batting order, which is interesting, because it meant that established batters were batting a little bit further down the line. But the most of the credit really should go to the team Hurricanes. Immaculate Nachisui is showing herself as a natural captain. She's got Rachel Antono there, who's got a batting average now of 44 in support. We'll see if she can add to that. They will hope, she and Shakira, that they can score at least half of those 62 runs that are needed as a starter within the first 10 overs. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. Now I hope that Walaza, Sarah, the quick bowler, is looking at how her colleague Patricia Malamaika bowled early on, steadily, picked up 2 wickets. We'll see what happens.
Well done, Colin. 61, you reckon, is it enough for the challengers to at least pick up a consolation win?
61 to win? What does it say? 62. 62 to score? Is it? Sorry, Dennis. It's 62 to score. The target is 60. Please. 61. 61. Okay. Thanks. Jennifer Namwana did not bat.
It was the last one.
She's no good. Maybe she was putting on the water. They got 11 now. Dennis? 11 there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, here comes the keeper, so we have to have. No, they haven't. One's Ivan. So, they got 10. Maybe they've decided not to play somebody, just limit to make it fair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You see Namwana there? Maybe they've decided just to balance with Claire and Lukasham. No, people do.
No, Namwana is there.
Is Namwana there?
Yeah, she's there.
But she did better. Shambhala Simbi's from
Sawa yo mwana weri awo.
Fly up to Daddy. Fly.
all smiles for Rachel Ntono and Shakira Sadiq as they walk on to open.
One thing she was out 6, so her average is 49 at the moment. 23 not out, 20 not out, and 6 out. Opening batsman coming in, the same pair as have been so successful in this and really ought to be opening for the national side. Rachel Ntono and Shakira Sadiq. Rachel has an average from this competition of 49 at the moment. 2 not outs, 23 not out and 20 not out, and only once out, and that was for 6 in the first game yesterday. So she averages 49.
I think most people don't understand why Rachel never converts her totals on the international scene, but locally she's one of the best batsmen I've ever seen, for me personally.
She doesn't spell it with a Q, does she, Sadiq? No, it is. And to opening the bowler will be Sarah Walaza. Now she's bowling from the safe end as Patricia Malamaika was this morning. Malamakia. Mikia. It's me, is it? Malamikia. This morning. And I see them as sort of potential rivals for the new ball with the national side. Both still maturing. But so far, Walaza got 2 good wickets yesterday. The 2 wickets that fell, in fact. So there's 2. She's ready. She's slighter build, is much slighter build than Patricia, but runs up about the same pace distance, similar form of bowling, right arm over, little bit of swing. I think they're ready. The umpires are ready now. So in comes the first ball of the innings, the target being 61. Well, shortish, pushes out on the offside. But that is one of the strong things. We'll see what happens today. But the partnership between Ntono and Shakira has been one of the high points of this competition so far. And it's quite good that this competition is in a little bit of in its bubble, because we can see all these players, how they perform. And indeed, Walaza has got her. She's out for naught, and her average falls to 24.5.
Very good ball from Irene Alumo. Yes, Irene Alumo. For the first time, Rachel got it wrong. She played all over the ball. Instead of going down the wicket, she played straight. She played across the line. Very disappointed in herself. She should be, because she has had a very good tournament. This is the first time she's not going to have I think a double score. Oh yeah, she got 6, but she has been one of the best batters, the peak of the batters for me, and she has shown the kind of. If the outfield had been much better and quicker, I'm sure she should have scored more than the amount of runs she has. Unfortunate, and she has always given the Hurricanes a very good start, and today they may need to rely on someone else for those runs that she can't give.
New batter coming in. This, in a sense, makes the game a little more interesting, with the series already settled 3-0 so far for Hurricanes. It's interesting that the Blizzards opened with Alemo bowling. I had expected it to be Walaza. She'll probably come on from the other end. My apologies for getting that wrong. Distance vision at the age of 72 is hard work. The new batter is. We've got a number. He can use his camera to see the number and the name even. This one, he has a camera too. Right. Anyhow, It will be Alemo again. She's left-hand batter, sort of gangly, sort of awkward type of action, but she bowls again, a good one. On the stumps, pushes back. Janet, I think it's the other Janet. Yeah. Pacing is Nachirondo, Janet. Oh, a quick ball, a very quick one, actually. That forced its way past, that swung across. That was a good ball. I don't know if any outside external entertainment has been put on by the UCA for this, the final day. There was talk of Martha Babirie coming, of Mackenzie Ayato singing, but we're not quite sure.
I don't know if the girls have their own fun. But Janet Nachiranda facing Irene Aluma. Irene Aluma has also been impressive with the new ball. She has changed sides today. She usually comes from the Ginger Road end. Today she's coming from the Shell Road end. But she has been very, very impressive with her bowling. With her kind of height, I think if they put in some much more work in her, she should be able to help the Lady Cricket Cranes a lot in future. Everything about her is clean. The action, the running in. So it's very good stuff. Some of the fast bowlers we have are all tall and lanky. Sala Walaza, Evelyn Anyipo, Patricia Malemikia. I think the potential for us is really very good.
Is it 1 for 1 or 2 for 1?
0 for 1.
0 for 1, so I thought there was a wide ball. 0 for 1 after the first over. 0 for 1 after the first over. Now, funny things can happen. I remember once watching a match where a team was 1 for 3, and we all thought, uh-oh. They actually finished off being 200 for 3 declared. Right, it's Shakira to face, and it will be... Who's this bowling? It's not Walaza. It's Sarah Walaza. Doing exercises, making sure she's loose enough to she's with Janet Babazi, who is the vice captain, but seems to be doing most of the captaining out in the field. Captain, of course, is the wicketkeeper, Awino. She's cheering her team on. She feels they may sense a little bit of blood here. Another wicket soon would put them in the driving seat, really. So, sort of floppy
race. But I hope she can get another chance, another crack at it when the team goes to Botswana. She struggled from the other end with a few whites, but today she seems to have everything straight down the middle, which is a very good thing.
Dennis, Uganda, Botswana, right, the other two that are going, and no Kenya. Hi. Here she comes again, bowling. It's a nice, easy sort of action. She doesn't bang it in as hard as Patricia Malamaika does, but it's straight and it's accurate, and there is still, I think there's still no run. 0 for 2. Not for 1 off 2 overs. The batters conferring. They know they may have a task this time. With Ntono having gone, it's up to the others to seize the day, as they say in Latin, carpe diem. A very good slogan for young ladies when they are out to. You may have heard those sounds up. In comes Alemo again. Yes. Way and oh, I dropped the catch now.
Big opportunity there by Sarah Walaza. Top effort. You can't fault her for trying. Top effort from her to try and stop that shot from. Janet didn't try to hit that ball. She just tried to place the ball into a gap using the pace of the bowler. But a big effort from Sarah Walaza in the field. Her captain was quick to give her a few high fives for doing that. Slow out of the blocks. The Hurricanes today, probably because they are missing the firepower of Rechonton at the top. But Shakira continued. Shakira has also had a good tournament, Colin. You would say she has been a very good supporter. She has played a good supporting role for Rechonton at the top of the order.
Yes, Shakira, between them, it's a nice balance. You've got Antonio, who's by nature attacking. Shakira is solid. And you need an opener, even at T20 level, an opener of the two needs to be that way.
That's very true. That's what I meant by both of them complementing each other. While Rich has been the aggressor, Shakira has been the person to hold one end of the wicket, which is very good stuff. She has probably missed out on playing for the national team for a while because she was away. But now that she's back and playing, I hope she can get a crack into that side. She has been a very good fielder in the cover region, stopping a lot of balls. Now she just needs to work on her batting.
For those who are just tuning in, we're live at the cricket at Lugogo Oval today for the final match of the Women's T20 mini-series, Uganda Women's Elite League, T20s. We're just into the second innings, which is the Hurricanes who bowled out the Blizzards for 60 runs. We have a young supporter here who wants to talk to us. She said hi. Nothing like bringing them on young in the press box. Alemo, just working out what she's going to do. She's bowled well so far this morning. That is another push away. It got a thickish edge out to deep gully. There are no really close infielders here, but that is the end of the third over, and the score is, what are we, 3 for 3?
That's 3 for 1, Colin.
3 for 1.
Another 58 runs required off 102 balls. A long way we have in this inning. But as long as Shakira drops anchor, and she can, all the other guys can play around her. She runs well between the wickets, so you have no worries about run-outs. They still have Imi in the hat, and Imi is the MVP of ladies cricket. Until she gets out, it is game on.
Sarah Walaza again, coming in, bowling it. She's bowling a little bit more pace there than earlier. She holds her hands in despair. The keeper missed the ball, and it's a bye. National team keeper and captain, we know, probably feels she should have done better than that. She's got no one with her, so anything passes her, it's certainly a run. No slips, no leg slip. Very difficult for a quick bowler bowling to that sort of field. Down the leg side though, and a wide ball. So the score moves to 5. Fabulous 4s. I've got a grandson who's 4. My grandson is 4. We call his name is Sky. We call him Sky Baby still.
That ball from Salah Walaza that missed everything, including the keeper, is the same kind of ball that got Rachel Ntono out while she was trying to play all around it. You wish that they would keep their butt straight. They could be able to pick up a single where Janet, in front of Janet or Stefani Nampina. But once you try and go across the line, you're very vulnerable. It's a miss and hit. Temi Shapil, but there should have been some butt in there for Shakira. Shakira is working very hard. I like this effort. Maybe because that's my kind of game as well. I'm not a very big fan of gung-ho players. Colin, what do you think?
I'm the same. I must have been one of the slowest opening bats in the world in my time. I hold a record at under 13 level of scoring 14 runs in 1.5 hours in a winning innings. But we've got another wicket. Did you see that, Dennis? She's gone. Shakira is gone. She ran out.
I think she was judged LBW by the umpire. Colin, I didn't know you had some cricket in you. Were you were you
pretty poor. I was already in my 60s when I first played for Abergarosi.
Were you
was not a star.
what was your style?
Opening bat, generally speaking, sometimes a little bit further down the order, particularly if I was keeping wicket. Then I might well bat at 7 if we were batting first. Bat 1 if you were batting second, because I was already seeing the ball. Dennis will probably agree with me about that interpretation of wicket keeping. As long as you're not too exhausted, you are in fact seeing the ball better than almost anybody else on the field.
I like that, Colin. Wicketkeeper batsman myself in my heydays, but now that I have to spend more time with the girls on Sunday, I hardly have time to stay long on the wicket. But 5 for 2 for the Hurricanes. Salah Walaza picking up a wicket. She has bowled well today. She has been the thing I've noticed about the cricket, even in the men's, the cricket started improving as the games progressed. So on day 3, the kind of cricket we've seen today has been amazing, especially with the kind of fielding that the Hurricanes had in the field. Was some brilliant catches taken and a lot of top stuff. So probably the girls needed one more day before they can really show what they have. Immaculate Nakisui onto the wicket.
I would hope that selectors are here. I don't know who the selectors are now, but they should be here. Everybody who has got any management role in cricket should be here today. We have found in the past that sometimes people who make decisions actually go missing at key times. I'm all one for consulting the press, consulting the umpires, consulting everyone about how well and how improved some players might be.
I think the people who are really involved with ladies cricket are all here. The important decision makers are all here. The coaches, Coach Lawrence is watching. Martin is also here. Davis has been watching intently online. Davis Turinawe, who's the development coach, he has always been making sure that he can be able to have a look and see which areas need improving. And like we mentioned, I think he'll be very interested in how they can work on that batting to make sure that teams can be able to score more runs. The score is 6 for 2. Very, very slow. But we don't know what is up the sleeves of the Hurricanes. And I think another thing I've noted carefully in this tournament is how, if you check Immaculate Nakisui, she's really sleeping on her bat. And there have been a lot of run-outs in this tournament. Janet Mbaba is a victim of 3 out of 4. Some of those things need to work on. Someone mentioned that the girls are slow between the wickets. The girls aren't slow because they're unfit. I don't think so. It's just awareness and being ready to take a single when it is there.
Dennis, I have to ask you this question: whether I know on air, will there be a debriefing tomorrow on this whole tournament?
Yeah, sure thing. And that's one of the things that Uganda cricket has done well, is that they haven't done these things for just being done. Even after the mains, there was a good debrief to try and find out on which areas to work on. And I'm thinking Davis, Lawrence, Jackson, the guys involved in management, will speak to Ivan and Yusuf and find a way of working together, especially getting the girls fit, and also ensuring that because the girls come from different places of the country, it's hard to keep them all in one place and keep them together. So they will need to find a way around that.
I would like to hope, actually, that the umpires and the press would also be involved in this, because we get to see with our own eyes a lot that is actually going on. But maybe that will be a time for the future. Now that's Alemo bowling again. She's bowling quickly. 1 ball to go. That was missed by Janet. Looking to slog it. Who's at the other end? Who's come in?
Immaculate Nakisuya and Janet Nakiranda are still on. Irina Lumo, one of the standout bowlers. I would say the bowling and the fielding have been very, very good in this tournament. It's only a few other things that have clips the top stump. That's a very good ball. Very, very good ball. Irene, I was saying Irene has done well. Janet is disappointed in herself, but again, playing across the line is a challenge. If the batsmen stuck to playing straight, they could at least hit the ball down the wicket.
That was a straight, quite quick ball, and much as we say runs must be taken at T20, that was a ball that needed to be defended and kept out. It was that sort of ball. She's certainly improved. It's a nice sunny day here. The warmth on people's backs. It's perfect for cricket. It is a crying shame that we have a crowd the sort of size that you might find at Windhoek. There would normally be many, many more people here to see a game of this stature. Alas, they are not here. But we are pleased in the press box to be able to come over to you. And we are pleased that you too are listening to us, because cricket is a great game. It's a great game of a complicated game in many ways, but it's a game which brings people together. It doesn't really matter where they come from, as long as they can play the game and enjoy it. I'm sure that my friend Dennis would agree with me.
Very true, Colin, very true. Christine Anayo, the new batter, joining her captain.
Good, thank you. So Anayo is facing, and it's Alemo again. She has bowled very well, and that's he just onto the leg, just pokes it away from her leg side, and that is over, and it is 7-4-3. Dennis, can you check 7-4-3? 6-4-3. Will do. Will do. 6-4-3. Malaika. Daddy. Daddy's coming. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, yeah. It's Walaza again. The score 6-3. The Blizzards could have played like this, one feels, before, but they're very much they're up for it today, which is good. It would be a shame to have a 4-0 whitewash. Walaza. Oh, and it sent it very high. Catches onto it. It drops behind square. They're going to run two. No, they're not. They're going back again. There were two there. The ball was fumbled. They took just the one. Scooped, really. By Immaculate Nachisui, the captain of this side. New to captaining, but shows a natural aptitude for it. And this is perhaps why Hurricanes are ahead in the way they won the first 3 games. Now it's Christina Anayo facing Walaza. Down the leg side, and that's a wide ball. So that takes the total to 8-3. Babazi talks to Walaza. Walaza picks the ball up off the ground, gives it a quick rub, gets a little bit of shine on it, comes into bowl, and down the leg side again, which is giving runs away. 9-3. Walaza has bowled well up until now. It may be this is her 3rd over, so it could be she's someone who prefers to bowl two over bursts. She's she's tall, but her frame is not very strong. And she comes again, and it's down the leg side again, that's 3 in a row. They're not bad balls, and they're not very wide balls. Captain comes to talk to her. Oh no, she doesn't. She just throw the ball to Mbabazi, who is lumbering with the ball. Has an awkward gait, Babazi. She's very slow between the wickets, very slow sometimes to get to the ball as well, fielding. But she's coming more straight, and she's bowling round. Walaza bowling round, yes. And they take a single, push through where slip would have been, were there any. But it does mean the score is 11 now, 11-3, and this is the 6th over. Oh, has a great swing at it, another wide of the off stump this time. So 12. Bowlers, these things happen, and I can only imagine she's a bit tired. She bowled a lot, yet bowled well yesterday. And she's bowled well this morning for the wicket that she's got. But it's now 12-3, which means this is proving to be an expensive over. And that's driven to long on just for the single. 13 now. 13-3. Well, much better ball, and that was quick and just wide of the off stump. And we know neither standing up nor standing back really picked that. Where's Daddy? Daddy's over there. You can see Daddy. Here comes Walasa. Oh, just pushes at it. And now, looking comfortable. The score 13 for 3, and this is the 6th over. That's a full ball and pushed it down on the leg side, and it's beaten the field. They're running one, they're going to run a second. And it's over, and it's 15 for 3 at the end of that over. So 6 overs bowled, 46 runs to get of the 14 remaining. And it's going to be Sempina to bowl. She bowls leg breaks. It'll be very interesting to see how these bowlers cope. Yes, Awina went off to get a helmet. She'll be standing up, right up to the wicket for Sempina. Leg break bowlers rely a great deal on flight and sudden spin, and the keeper is absolutely critical behind when there's a spinner bowling leg with the bowling leg. We see the coach of the national side has just arrived, Mr. Lawrence Machlane, fairly newly arrived from South Africa. He'll be very interested in what we are looking at, and he's with a coach. One of the coaches is sitting with him. So in comes Sempina, this leg spinner, flicking the ball from hand, loops it up, played away nicely, and they're going to take a single, and that's a good single. Mid-off had to run round to mid-on, pick the ball up, and it's Babazi, and you can be pretty well sure she's slow off the mark always, that you've got a single in that. Score goes to 16. 16. Balls again, Amayo. Oh, a swish at the ball there. Very, very late. Straight back to the keeper. Straight through to the keeper. Here we go. We bowl again. And she cross-bats it again to Babazi at mid-off. And there's whenever you play it to her, you can really be assured of a run, quite frankly. It's now 17 for 3. This is the 7th over. 17 for 3. 18 for 3. Gives it a lot of air, playing out on the offside, picked up, no run there, and good backing up. There's been some good play in the field today. Hurricanes were particularly good. They took 4 fantastic catches. There's been one dropped catch, but a brave effort from Blizzards. 18 still, and that's a very wide ball. A leg spinner, controlling the ball, bowling leg spin, is not an easy business at all. You're bowling from the back of your hand, spinning the ball at the same time with the 4th finger, and 5th finger if you're googlying. Another nice, no. She played that as if she were... I think she thought she had played it back onto her stumps, but she hadn't. This is Janet, isn't it? No, Amayo. And that's right. And there, dear me, another leg, another wide ball. So these have been 2 long overs. Well, ours have bowled 3 or 4 wides. Now we've got Sempina bowling 2, and that's she did that, and she's whacked it, and that's gone deep, and it's 4 through mid wicket. 24 now. 2-4. They'll probably do it. 24. 24. Excuse me? Wait, 24?
Yeah,
24, fine. It's 24. Sempina again. Leg spin, flings it out, and she's done it again, but she's going to... And it's caught! Well held by Franklin Najumba. In the deep line. That is the 5th good catch of the day. And Amayo goes. She's the 4th out. It's 24 for 4. I think it was... Was that Imi? Do you know who was out? It's difficult to tell. Is it 74? It's 74, it's Imi. Imi's still in. She's much smaller. It was Imi out. Yeah. Oh, right. So Amayo is still in. That was Captain Nachasui, who was out. We now have coming in? Stefan. No, it's not. Stephanie's on the other side. Stephanie's bowling. The batter is... I think it's... sorry? Evelyn Anyupo. Yes, Evelyn Anyupo. Sorry for that, listeners. Looking at a distance, Evelyn Anyupo and Patricia Malamakia look similar. They're similar in height. But it's Evelyn Anyupo, a more experienced player. And now, of course, she'll be... The batter's crossed. So, and that beater all ends up. She's gone. No, she's not. She walked away as if she had been bowled or stumped. But that is the end of the 7th over, and the score 24 for 4. This is proving to be a very much more even game than either from the last 2 days. We need 36 more runs to draw even, 37 to win. Time to do it. 7 overs, 13 overs to go, and 6 wickets. So we got a change of the bowling change. Coming on to bowl. I have no idea at all. It's not. Stephanie was at the other end. Stephanie? Who's coming on, please? Alpha, can you please be helpful? Who's coming on to bowl, please? Is it Eve Kayaga? Yeah, good, thanks. It's Esther Kayaga, and she bowls a wide to start with. This has become symptomatic now. But she bowled well yesterday, bowled a good line. She changed her hairstyle overnight. Straight ball. Pushed down. And Yipo could have been thinking of a run then, but she wasn't. a great swing at it. Goes straight to the keeper. Keeper standing up for Kayaga, who's sort of slightly off medium pace. Right arm over. Keen player. I think thinks naturally about the game. And that was an LBW appeal, but it looked as if it was going down the leg side. And again, oh, that very. She's wanted. They're going to pick up just the one. Irene picks it. But can you give me the score, please, again?
25.
25, but one, 26, yeah, just run one. 26. It's 26 for 4 now, and we're in the 8th over. Kayaga caught the batter in 2 minds, went forward, came back again, just pushed it to short gully. And it's coming out of the back of the hand. It's a strange action. Again, just pushed. So a fairly Blizzards are thinking they could win this one. 26 for 4 now from 8 overs. Eight overs bowled. The score is 26, and it's 4. Where's our little artist gone? I think she's gone to her dad. Little girl, she's and Yipo is taking her guard. It's going to be Sempino's leg breaks once again. Your umpires today are Norbert and Emma. Come on, she's going to run. Idiot, absolute idiot. It was her call, and Yipo just not obeying the normal laws of cricket. A call was made from the other end, and she just ignored Awayo. For that, it should be a day in the sin box for Anyipo. Shameful, actually, shameful. It's Consiaweko coming now. And five wickets down, 26 for 5. Mr. Masali, a day in the sin bin for Anyipo. Did you see what happened? Just stood her ground there when
Comical running.
Cold to run. It was down at this end. Just running down to. Now it's Consiaweko and
Let me handle it.
your little girl here.
Send me the stats on WhatsApp.
And Anyipo gives that a whack. But there was a very poor run out. Should never have happened. She needs to make up for it now. And just onto her and pushes. The umpire moves across, giving Sempino room to take the ball, stands again. Bowls to Anyipo. Anyipo, yes, and this time it's Anyipo who wants to run. And she's back in her ground. But this is really foolish running. The call is from the one at the non-striker's end, when the ball runs behind square. It's a very elementary rule, and most people aged about 8 and below can understand it. But maybe the excitement of possibly winning 4-0. So Anyipo, having run her partner out, now nearly managed to run herself out. The score is 26 for 5. Sempina must know she's causing confusion. Bowls, and yes, they do run, and they actually a good call from Konsi, and Yipo reacted, looked round the corner to see where the ball has gone. Another thing you do not do, you go when you're called. That's 27 for 5. Swung away by Aweko into the covers. It is over. 27?
Yeah, 27.
27 for 5. From 9 overs. 3 nines are 27. So it's an average of 3 and over. It's really bad. We've had good cricket up to now today. Led by Anibo. That's just absurdly. Somebody just does not understand the calling rule.
I think the running between wickets has been terrible all week. I mean, for the last 3 days. That's an area of concern for the coaches. They'll need to work on. But those are some of the things. And she loses a wicket to Esther Kayaga. Those are some of the things that happen when teams actually when players don't play for each other for long. So they have there's very little chemistry between them. And their understanding of each other's calls is very poor. Hurricanes look like they will drop a game when you had fancied them to win all these games. But today the Blizzards seem to be fired up to win at least a game.
And to win one will be a good thing, because when we next come around to doing this, as we shall no doubt, this has been successful, it will be Blizzards holding if not the trophy, they'll be holding the card. And it will be, if you've ever played the game of squash in that, the one who is winning holds the points and has to be challenged. Now here comes Patricia. She's probably the tallest, maybe the tallest person in the whole squad, actually. Apart, maybe Irene is as tall. And she will now be facing Esther Kayaga, who deserves a wicket. She's tried very hard in this competition. Done some good fielding, backing up. Knows the rudiments of the game one gets to field. There are some players you think, they have to be nudged and urged. Some people fall easily into how the game is to be played. Comes into bowl. Outside the offside, and it's going to be a wide. At 28 for 6 now. I'm glad to see that the national team coach is here, spending a Sunday with the ladies. That is wax it. But no run. Wax it back. Kayaga again. She just floats that up, and Malaika got hold of that down to deep mid-wicket. Just runs the one though. With Konsi with her, they're not going to get quick runs. 29 now. 29. Can't see. 29 for 6. Aweko to face Kayaga. Just a little run up, and she's caught. She's caught behind. Yep, got an edge on it. Had a swing at it. It's 29 for 7. Haha, Hurricane. This is revenge for Blizzards, I think. Well done, Kayaga. Double wickets. 2 wickets in the over. 29 for 7. And Aweko is the 7th out. And you can remember they have only 10 players, so they can only go down to 9 wickets down. He's flying. Maybe it'll go to the coach. He can look at it. Now what to do? Let me give you another one. I think I have a paper here. Hurry. Now you are decorating the lugogo with your heart.
Only 3 wickets left in the game. Big win this for the Blizzards. They haven't been terrible in the last few days, but the luck just hasn't gone her way. Claire Mukashamba, who hasn't been feeling well. Yeah, she's taken the wicket. She's taken on to bat, but she hasn't been feeling very well today. Maybe she can play out these remaining overs and see how it goes.
Yeah, the invalid is batting now. She pushed that quite competently to the on the offside. But if she's not feeling well, she won't be queasy probably. A very gentle ball anyhow, and she just prods. And it goes. It's an over, and the score is now 29 for 7. Yes, or 30. 29 for 7. So Blizzards coming late to the party, but it's going to be their Sunday party, so it seems. How the prizes will be doled out, I have no idea. And what prizes there are, we have not been informed. But I'm sure Dennis knows.
Yeah, it's been a good 3 days of cricket for the girls. There's some individual ads on offer: best bowler, best batsman, best wicket keeper. Best wicket keeper. And of course the player of the series. The player of the series is going to go home happy. She's going to get 100k courtesy of Budo Cricket Club for all her efforts. Patricia Malemikia on. Yeah, that's Stefani Nampina, has also been impressive. She has bowled well. Colin, I must say the bowling and the fielding have really been very well. Franklin took a good catch down her throat to dismiss Immaculate Nakisui. I don't know. Patricia nearly sold her friend down the down the Nile, because Claire is not very well, so you don't need to push her for many singles. But yeah, Patricia is interested in 2. Maybe she wants to keep the strike for herself.
It's into the 30s now. They're halfway there. It's 31. Patricia pushes that back. They've got plenty of time, actually. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10 overs have gone. So they're only into the 11th. 31 still. Yes, Patricia pushed it down. That would normally have probably been a single, but I doubt Claire can do it. Sampina is keeping that game going. I think she's probably coming. I think she's maybe her 4th. 31. Passes the bat and passes. And that's an over. 31 now for 7. Under the normal scheme of things, 31 for 7 would sound a pretty lousy score. But as far as this game goes, anything really can happen in T20. People bat their players in strange orders sometimes. Sometimes the people at the end are better than the ones at the beginning. There's a skill to it. One I don't really understand. Maybe Dennis knows better. He says no. Now here comes Esther. I keep calling her name is Kayaga. And she bowls, and it's driven straight. They'll just take the 1. And that was well done by Claire, taking the strike away from herself, giving it to Patricia, who perhaps is the one person who could really pull this game round. Takes a great swipe of it and it passes on the offside. Can she bat, Patricia? Like that, isn't it? That ball is wide, so she pushes it. That's 32. So only 29 to get. I have often been thrilled by seeing a very late order batter put up great resistance. Sometimes it's not the prettiest thing to watch. Sometimes it's sheer luck, but it is good to watch sometimes. In comes Kayaga. She bowls that. She's bowling it leggy, hits it down. Well, it's no. Obviously, Claire can't run those. She's not well enough. So that would normally have been a run going down to quite deep mid-on.
Colin, I must tell you that Patricia, like I mentioned yesterday, she's a sister to Richard Agamiria, who plays for the Cricket Cranes. But I saw her making a debut for the under-19 girls sometime in Dar es Salaam a couple of years ago. And her pace was frightening for all those girls in that tournament. She would rip out all the wickets. I think they played a few games, but she must have picked, in every game, she picked about 5 wickets. She has slowed down a bit with age. Not that she's so old, but I felt that if I'd built on that and worked on it, she had some very decent pace for a girl.
She strikes me as a competent opening bowler. Seems as Kayak again, and she just drops soft hands on it. They've got time, but it looks like it. That is the end of the 12th over, and it is
37 for 7.
37 for 7. It's 37 for 7. Right, this Sempina, I think, is bowling her the last of her overs, the 4th. Where does your pen go? I've got another one if you need. There's a black one here. Shall I like that one? You got that one. Very good. That beat the bat. It beat the bat, and it's Claire. She was struggling. Oh, and she just hits it straight up. But it drops. No. Oh, it was Janet Babazi. Of course, there was no effort to get there. If it had been anybody else, I think they would have thrown themselves that cash. But alas, I'm a great critic of Babazi's fielding. I think she's very slow on the uptake generally. And they didn't take a run from that, but they probably almost had time to take 2. And Claire pushes it to Babazi, whose vicious throw nearly killed somebody. Plays it, just pushes it back down the pitch. Sempina moving across to the leg side, picks up, back to her mark. Very short run, just a couple of paces, bowls again. Yes, Claire shows that she moved into that ball, push it, and they're going just take a single. It's going to be difficult giving the wicket keeping prize to the end, but it should go.
I think she has done better than Kevin with the gloves in this tournament. It could be some salt in the wound for Kevin, who's the main wicketkeeper of the national team. Patricia lobs one to Janet, really. There was nothing in it. Could be surprising if she had dropped it. 8 wickets now. 34 for 8. 34 for 8. The end is near, certainly. And the first win for the Blizzards. Like I said, they haven't been terrible. They've just had the things have just not gone their way. But they get it together. Maybe when it's a little too late.
It's now 34 for 8. Coming out to join. Who is it? Is it Ayala? And then there's just Mukashama. Ayala, who's the last? Who comes after Ayala? Oh, Maria will be batting last in the end. That's very weird. We can keep her. Yeah. Oh, yes.
Weird that the wicketkeeper is.
Unless they're a complete rabbit. But there's a point that Maria, having kept wicket in the first innings, would be seeing the ball beautifully by the time unless she had to go to church or something and come back again. Karashani, morning. Morning, afternoon. It's morning, afternoon. Just a greetings to the former national captain, Davis Karashani and Arunaitwe. We have... they're bringing back Alemo here. This is a good move. She has 1 over to go. She bowled 3 earlier. She's been a bit of a star in this show, actually. Here she comes. It's fast. She's quick. It's an awkward sort of pace. Keeps it a bit low. Bowling from a height. There we go. You're going to show Uncle Davis your work. And it's a nice shot, and it's gone through. And they're going. Oh, Claire, she. That was a very good shot. That's a beautiful shot, but it went right. She just couldn't run. Dennis. We're watching the last passage of this match. Hurricanes already have the series in the bag, but Blizzards are making a brave effort today in particular. But that's a wide ball. Claire sort of followed it round the corner. It's 35 for 8 at the moment, and this is the 13th over. But whatever the result today doesn't take away from the fact that the Hurricanes actually have blitzed the Blizzards. In comes Alemo. It's a gawky sort of style, being pushed away, and they're going to get a single there. Went right through the legs of Kyaga, I think, fielding at deep point. Just instances of poor fielding now. I think everybody's a wee bit tired. Looking forward to the medal ceremony. Notorious people are beginning to arrive. And down on the leg side, and it's going for runs. Is that buys? Oh, she got an edge on that, so it's 36 for 8. You've missed some fantastic catches. Davis, you as a man who makes fantastic catches, you missed 4 really good catches by Yusuf's girls. Really good ones. 36. And pushed away by Mukashima. 36 for 8. Bowler's looking somewhat weary. They've had a busy few days, these girls. And here she comes again. She comes again and bangs it in. And that is a quick ball. Going past the off stump. She knew it was the last she had to bowl, and she gave it some venom. A dot ball. The score, as I had 36 for 8. 37 for 8. 37 for 8. At the end of the 14th over. So 6 overs to go. 6 sixes are 36. We learnt that at primary school. With a direct reference to cricket. Nobody could do 6 fives because they all do 6 sixes. Now it's Ayala. It is Ayala, isn't it? Is it Ayala or Maria? Batting. Is that Ayala or Maria? Did you say? It's Maria. Okay. It's Ayala will be in last, certainly, and she's 10th in 10. With Teddy Ayala coming at number 11. She's got a lot of wickets on this competition. It'll be see actually how well she's done altogether will be interesting. She's bagged quite a few. But now it's the young wicketkeeper, Nyande. But a bit of a... It was Scovio Keller who used to have the nickname Livewire, but I think and under present circumstances it could be transferred to Nyande. It's Janet Babazi. Bowling her, what a sort of mixed bag of stuff, I think I would describe what she bowls. The second ball, she lumbers in, bowls, it's full, and yes, they're running one. Well, it got diverted by a foot. And Claire looks to have picked up a bit. She's probably feeling better for having for running around a bit. Let me defer to... Can Nyande bat? Can she bat? Sort of. Yeah, okay. And Claire Mukashemi there, and she pushes it wide of mid-on. Going to get another single. So it's now 39 for 8. 39 for 8. Listeners may be interested to hear the assessment of former captain Davis Kerashani, which I'll pass him the microphone at some point. And they've they ran it well. A throw at the stumps, missed. That was a good run. One is not feeling well, the other is low down the order. The score is 40 for 8. In comes Babazi. Bowls, he flies up, and they're going to run another. She just pops it down to deep slip, really, moving around from deep gully. So 41 now. Blizzards have got to look out now. They've set a target of 61. There's just 20 to get, and there's really quite a lot of time in which to do it. And overs. This is the 15th over now, so there'll be 5 more. Babazi and blocked. And that's the end of the over. 41 for 8. Now this 20 runs to get to this is an interesting part.
21's required of 30 balls. Can it happen, Colin? Because the tail is wagging. Teddy and Claire and Maria. But Claire is showing signs of struggling. I think she still has... she's been weak this morning. She didn't take the field. But she's soldiering on from there.
Yes, in the men's game, this would be very gettable. With 5 overs, that's 20... yes, 5 sixes with 30 balls to get 20 runs. But these two are running well. They're a good they know what they're doing between the wickets. Here's again the advantage of having a wicket-keeper in. A wicket-keeper has to be alert, even more, actually, I think, than the umpires. Has to be alert to all that is going on the field when out there. Can be pretty tiring. Even after 20 overs, you can come in and feel quite tired. But they're seeing the ball like a football at that point. So it's Najumba on, latish in the day. Short run these days. Now she comes in and bowls and blocked. Najumba will be one person who will want to see victory today. She's worked her socks off as the women's development officer to get this contest going. And she came into the side really as an emergency. The guy pokes at the ball, goes to gully-ish position. There are no short fielders here. You're going to go with that one. You can go with that one as long as I get it back. Bowls again, and a big volley, and is she going to catch it? No, it drops, and they take a one. It drops. So we go on to 42. And the batters will be thinking, only 19 to get. That's not a great amount. And Najumba will be thinking, let's get him out. And she bowls a very good ball, but it just misses the stumps. Interesting to see Najumba bowling off just a couple of paces. She used to run in 8 or 9 paces. Still fit, hasn't put on weight, as many of her age mates have, and even some of those who are younger than her.
One of the big challenges for Uganda cricket, especially when it comes to the ladies, most of those that are really very, very talented, never. Another good catch by Janet Mbabazi. She's taken some of those diving catches, driving right in front of herself. But Maria Nyende, topic of discussion, yeah. She's a wicket keeper. You'd expect her to be a better batter than that. But the effort is not there, and her coach needs to help her work on that. But Uganda cricket, 42 for 8 now. 42 for 9. Uganda cricket, Corinne, like I was saying, loses a lot of very good girls immediately they leave school, because the priorities for them are very different for men. While the men play for a longer time, the girls really have to catch up with life, especially if they have to start families and things like that. I feel it is difficult on them that they actually can't, they can't play cricket long and see through their careers.
Confirm for me, please. We have, I think, Miss Ayala, Teddy. Well, what the Teddy is short for, I don't know. But she's distinguishable by having a single plait down the back of her shirt. But it's going to be Claire, who's been brave out there for someone unwell. She could well have just stayed in the hutch and said, I won't go out to bat, but she has done. And it's Babazi bowling. And she lets that go by outside the off stump. The score is still 42 for 9. I've been in a side that was once 43 for 9 and won a game by putting on 35 runs for the last wicket. Hit, and she pushed it. Well stopped at mid-wicket. There's been some very good fielding. Momentary lapses, and I think part of that was when the field was so soggy yesterday, and perhaps also on the first day. But today we've seen some very good fielding. And that ball is a wide by Babazi. Claire knew she could just leave it and did. Okay, yeah. We are losing Dennis Masali now. Towards the end of the game, prods it forward. Can Davis make a comment? Davis? He knows what he's talking about. Oh. Oh, had a flash at it. The score is, can you just before you go, 42? 43? 43 for 9. And in comes Babazi. Claire pushes that. Well done. She goes for a run, goes for it. Well taken, well taken. For someone who's not well, I think she's making a really valiant effort. Now Teddy to face her first ball. Ayala. 44 for 7. In comes Babazi. She swings it to mid-on, and that's an over. For 9. 44 for 9, my correction. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 17 overs bowled, so there are 18 balls to go and 17 runs to get. Now this is an interesting move. It's Najumba rubs her hand in the dirt. That's still allowed under COVID regulations, as long as she doesn't spit or rub saliva on the ball. What that says for the players, mainly the men who sometimes rub the ball on their head to get a little extra shine on it, I don't know. Anyhow, it's Najumba bowling to Mukashamba. And it's a lovely shot through the covers, gone through the covers. And is it running for 4? No, it won't. It stops. They run 2. They run 2. This has been a really valiant innings from Claire. 46. So only 15 to win. You can see she's struggling. She's really having a problem. But she's really stood up to the plate here. Deserves a prize. She's unwell, and we can tell it. She's not well. And yeah, we know is running over to the umpire. Oh no, she's not going to running over to somebody who might be able to help. Claire is struggling, but she'll stick on. She's a brave girl. She's a brave girl. She's having a hard time of it. She didn't field earlier because she was unwell. Now she's at the wicket. There have been instances of great players. One who was particularly known was Colin Cowdrey, who broke his arm and then went into batting against fast West Indian bowling. Bravado, you might say, but it, and she has a swing at it and she misses it, and the wicketkeeper misses it. And it's a bye. So the score now 47. Let's see what Teddy can do. Teddy has bowled extremely well during this competition. She's got many more wickets than people think, and it'll be very interesting to see when the figures come out. Najumba to Ayala. Has a swing at it. She's given out. It's LBW. Game is over. Blizzards have won. They've won by 16 runs. It's been a great competition. The people who are here have enjoyed it. Particularly today's game has been good, but it finishes Hurricanes 3, Blizzards 1. A last hurrah from the Blizzards in their matches with the Hurricanes. We've been very glad that you have joined us at Lugogo Oval on this auspicious occasion. We will be continuing in the afternoon with an awards ceremony, but that will start at around about 2 o'clock. Up until then, you are free to go back to church. You are free to enjoy your family. Join us later if you are able, and we able too. Thank you from Lugogo Oval.